everyone, it's your girl Shay here, and I'm back with another video. And obviously this video is going to come out during the last Saturday of 2017. And can you believe that 2017 is over? I can't believe it. I feel like 2017 literally just started and now it's already over. But last Saturday I came out with a video where I talked about my 5, I believe, favorite animes of 2017. And of course I had to come out with another video very similar to that, but this time it's my least favorite animes of 2017. So these are only 4 on this list. I tried to find 5, but there really wasn't a whole lot of animes that I really disliked during 2017. So the first one on this list is Netflix's adaptation of the anime Death Note. Now I know many of us were very apprehensive of Netflix coming out with a live action adaptation of Death Note, and I was one of them. I wasn't for sure about it, but I was willing to give it a chance because once again it was an adaptation, so yes, some things were going to be changed to suit a larger audience. So I still wanted to see what it was going to be about. And honestly, I wasn't disappointed, but it still wasn't one of my favorites. There were still a lot of things that were done very differently from the original manga and the original anime. And the characters' personalities were completely switched. Light wasn't the meticulous and crazy, psycho sociopath we kind of saw him in the show, or as cunning in the show as he was. Wasn't as cunning in the movie as he was in the original show. And Misa was just all around also completely different. The movie was good if you like, a horror kind of a genre thriller kind of a movie, because it definitely did suit that purpose. But if you're watching it based off of being a fan of the original anime or the original manga series, you may not enjoy it as much. So also number 2 on this list is Chaos Child. I watched this show with my podcast I'm a part of called It's in Season, and we watched this show along with Scum's Wish, which I also talk about in my previous video. But Chaos Child is about a madness considering all these gruesome murders that are happening in a city called Shibuya. And basically these group of kids are trying to figure out what is causing these gruesome murders. The show at first was very boring to me, especially towards the beginning, because there was just a lot of information and a lot of big words being used, and I was just very, very confused. Towards the latter half of the series, I started to enjoy it a lot more as well once it got into a little bit more action. But also the reason why I didn't enjoy this show as much as I thought I was going to enjoy it is because this is actually the sequel to the prequel Chaos Head, which came out a couple years before, I believe. So I probably should go back and watch the prequel, which is Chaos Head, so that way I could have understood Chaos Child a little bit more. But if you're someone that likes these kind of like sci-fi kind of shows, you probably enjoy it. I, for one, didn't enjoy it as much though, and I purely think it's because the reason being I didn't watch Chaos Head before. So the next anime that I have on this list is actually going to be the anime Attack on Titan Season 2. As we all know, Season 1 came out of Attack on Titan and it completely exploded across the entire internet. And then it took them so long to come out with Season 2. Season 2 finally released on, of all days, April 1st of 2017. And everyone was completely excited for it. Not to say, but honestly, I also want to say that I feel like kind of the edge of people wanting to watch it also kind of died off because they waited so long to come out with the second season. And we meaning kind of I wasn't that disappointed in it, but I was also alarmed at just how fast the pace of the second season was. They introduced a lot of new characters and also a new Titan also within that second season, and it came on so quickly, especially considering that the manga kind of drew things out a little bit longer, and there's just a lot of information overall in that entire story in general. So for them to go so quickly, I was kind of concerned. But it doesn't mean it wasn't that exciting, but it was just the pacing was what I didn't like about this show, and also the fact that it was only 12 episodes. The first season was 24, I believe, and second season was about 12, 13 episodes. So for them to wait so long to come out with the second season, you would think they would have a longer or more episodes to come out with, but they didn't. So that was what made me so disappointed in this this series in general for the second season. Doesn't mean I'm not gonna watch the third season because they already announced the third season, but it just means I'm a little bit leery of watching the third series because of how the second season was done. And finally, the last anime I have on this list is Uta no Prince-sama Legend Star, which is the 4th season of the Uta no Prince-sama series or installment. And I have loved the Uta no Prince-sama series since I watched the first season. I loved the music, I loved the characters, and I was completely obsessed with this show. So when I found out they were coming out with a 4th season, I was so happy about it and I couldn't wait to watch it. Also considering the cliffhanger they left you on with the 3rd season. But I was so disappointed with the 4th season. So the 4th season involves Starish, which is the main boy group of the series, basically having to compete in a competition to see who's going to headline the competition Triple S. So they're up against Heavens and Quartet are the 2 other boy groups that they're competing against. And as I watched the series, it was basically Starish and having them team up with Quartet Knight or Heavens to do a series of competitions and get to know each other, I guess, a little bit more. And it was so boring. Obviously, because I'm stumbling over what the show was about, this season was about, that you can tell I wasn't that invested in it. So I actually ended up dropping this series. I never actually finished it because I was so bored out of my mind. I just did not like this season. The music was okay, but it didn't make me rush to have to download it. Maybe I'll go back and rewatch the 4th season, but honestly I think I only got to like maybe episode 8 or 9 before I finally just gave up. And it was just because, like I said previously, it was so boring. It was just a constant stream of each group of Starish being teamed up with another person in, I believe it was Heavens, that it was just like I don't care anymore. And I couldn't bother with it because it got so repetitive. It just was way too repetitive for me, so I just said forget it. There is kind of one more I want to put on this list, but I don't want to put it on this list because I'm not going to say I didn't enjoy it, but I guess I just didn't understand the hype of it, but why not add it anyway? So the last and final anime that I'm going to put on this list is one that's also kind of very controversial because so many people loved this anime. I, for one, not going to say I didn't like it, but I think one of the things that I didn't understand about this show was just how big it got. And I think for me, since I watched this show during the peak of so many people talking about it, it made me expect so much more from it. So then when I watched it, I got some of the expectation of it, but then I also kind of didn't. And also the show overall wasn't entirely my cup of tea, but I still gave it a chance. And I have to put Yuri on Ice on this list. Before you guys start thumbing down this video and commenting like a rampage, let me explain. The reason why I didn't enjoy Yuri on Ice as much as I thought I was going to enjoy it is, once again, because I watched it during the peak and during the height of so many people talking about it. So I had a huge expectation regarding this show. Not only that, but yes, it is about ice skating. So the majority of this film is about a guy by the name of Yuri who ends up being taken under the wing of a very, like, not anticipated, but a very, very famous ice skating coach to help him out because he's really not bad, but he just needs some push or boost to his confidence per se. And basically that's what the show is about. And over the course of the show, Yuri and his instructor fall in love with each other. So it is a yaoi show, so it's a lot of boy on boy love, stuff like that. So if that's your cup of tea, go ahead and watch it. I'm not a huge fan of boy on boy. It's not saying I don't like it, but it's just not something I entirely gravitate to when it comes to a show, just being completely honest. But the ice skating routines were very, very repetitive, and it wasn't something I enjoyed watching, and I really want to get back to the main plot of the show overall. But I did enjoy the music, so that's one of the things I did enjoy in that show because I entirely was obsessed with it. But I wasn't as obsessed with the opening and the ending song. It was just an insert song that was inserted during one of the characters' routines, and that song I loved. but I just didn't. I guess that was just the reason why I didn't enjoy Yuri on Ice as much as I thought I was going to enjoy it, was because of the fact it was at the height of so many people talking about it. It was very similar to when the Disney movie Frozen came out. And for me, yes, Frozen's not a bad movie, but when I watched it, it was during when it was getting all these accolades and all these awards, and so many people were talking about it, and kids were singing Let It Go all the time, or Do You Want to Build a Snowman all the time. And then I watched it and I was let down, and I didn't enjoy that movie as much as I thought I was going to enjoy it, and I didn't like it, and it's still not one of my favorite Disney movies. That's how I felt regarding Yuri on Ice. And Yuri on Ice won a whole bunch of awards as well during the Crunchyroll Awards, and I didn't at all, didn't agree with the awards that it won, to be completely honest. But that's besides the point. So yeah, that is my video. Those are my least favorite shows of 2017. Let me know what you thought of the animes I put on this list. Let me know if you agree with me. Let me know if you disagree with me. Once again, this is just my opinion. This isn't to say that these are bad animes. It's just saying that these animes were not my favorite. And I'm sure we all have animes that our friends like, that we dislike, and we have shows that we like and our friends obviously dislike. And it's just because we have different tastes and different opinions, and that's perfectly okay. So if you feel like you want to disagree with me in the comments, by all means go ahead. Like I said, everyone is entitled to their own opinion, and by all means that's perfectly fine, but just be sure to be nice. Just don't be mean. But yeah, so that's my video, and I'll see you guys with a new video for 2018. And I'm excited for what's to come in 2018. I have so many things I want to do for in the coming 2018 year, especially regarding this channel. So look out for all of that. And like always, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. I come out with new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. So look forward to those. And I will see you guys soon with a new video in next year. Bye.